Alright, I think this will be the last video for a little bit. Everybody was looking for a little more clarification in the Photoshop, how to create the registration files. So I'm just going to go ahead and open up Photoshop. We're going to do a new document. We're going to choose your save documents, photo, print, depending on your photo version of Photoshop. Anyway, we want a letter, 8.5 by 11, 300, 8.5 by 11, 300. Go ahead and hit create. You could even, we'll just do that. We'll create. Alright, so first and foremost, I'm going to create a new layer. My marquee, this is the marquee tool. This is what it's used for. You would use it for selecting, for creating objects, things like that. We're going to go ahead, in my case, I tend to use fixed size for this. And then I put 0.25 inches by 0.25 inches here. And then I just click once. Then I go to edit, fill. Foreground color is black, so background color is white. We're going to choose background color. Then we're going to go select, deselect. Okay, and we need 4 of these. So here's just copying the layer. And best way to do this in Photoshop is to go ahead and hit select all. Choose the first layer. Now when you choose the move tool, there's these options up here. This aligns left, so you'll see it move to the left. Here, I'll zoom in a little bit. So as you can see, it moved to the left. Actually, you know what? We'll make this background black so you can see what I'm doing better. Hope this helps. Alright, so this is the first layer. This is our square. We already aligned left. Now we're going to choose the move tool again. This time we want to align to the top. Then we're going to go choose the other one. We're going to align right and then top. Now I'm going to merge these 2 layers down. So hold control, click on the other layer. Right click, merge layers. Now we're going to copy this layer, and this layer has both registrations. On this layer we want to move it down, so we're going to align bottom. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to zoom out. We have our 4 registration marks. Now we're going to go ahead and add an image that we're going to, sorry about that. Let's just grab this one, because who doesn't like the purple people eater? Alright, so just grab the purple people eater. Now the next question I'm getting is, how do I make the white outlines? This is actually really easy, especially in Photoshop. It's the easiest way to do it out of all the programs I've showed so far. So let's go ahead and resize. Sorry, used to shortcut keys. Alright, so we're going to resize the image, and how do we do that? Edit, transform, scale. Alright, you want to hold your shift key, and this locks it so you don't distort it. The other way to do that is to click on the link. It links between your width and your height. Alright, we're going to bring it down to whatever size you want to make it. Alright, so this is the size I'm going to make it. Now, to make the white area around it, I'm going to hold control, and then right here on my layer, if you click on the image, it marquees around it. Now that I've got that marquee there, I want to select, modify. I'm going to expand, and I'm going to expand. I typically do 22 pixels, so 22. Alright, you can see, now you can see how the marquee expanded around the image. I create a new layer, and then I fill the layer. So edit, fill. Again, foreground is black, background is white. Yours could be different depending on how you change it. So I'm going to do background color again, and there we go. Now I've got the white. So then you want select, deselect, and you want to drag that layer right underneath the other layer. Now the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hold control, I'm going to click on the other layer. Now these are joined, but I want to go ahead and just make them into one layer, so we're going to go to merge layers. Alright, and we're going to zoom out. Alright, now we're just going to move the image around. If you hold Alt Shift, you can duplicate the layer. If you hit Control T, it brings up the transform tool. Now if you hold Shift and drag around, you can lock into position. You don't have to hold Shift, depending on what you want, but if you hold Shift, it snaps it. Now I'm using the Shift arrow key. If you use just the arrow key, you can do it just a little bit. If you use the Shift key, it'll move a little bit more. Alright, now I'm going to hold Control, Shift, click on the other layer, the other image. Alright, as you can see here. If I hold Alt Shift again, I can duplicate both of these layers together. Okay. Now I've got these 4 layers, which are my image. So if I move those around, I can also hit Control T and resize them all together. Now they're still separate layers and they're still separate images. Again, Alt Shift, I can just drag down real quick. There we go. I can do it again, and you can see on the right hand side where the layers are being copied. You get copies of each image. Alright, that's it. So now all I got to do for design space, if I wanted to, there's extra space down here. I can make them larger, I can move them around. Again, spend as much time as you want positioning your images on there. The more you play with it, the more you'll be able to get more images on there. So now, because we have the black background on, that if we save it right now, that's how it's going to save. If we export it as a PNG, that's how it's going to export. We need it transparent, so we're going to turn off the black background, but don't forget your registration marks have to be on here. So we're going to go to File, Save As. We are going to choose a PNG. I'm going to put it on desktop, and I'm just going to call it something simple, _1. Alright, now it's on my desktop. And once that's done saving, we'll go ahead and go over to my desktop. There's the new image. Let's go ahead and open up Design Space. Start a new project. Upload the image. All this is exactly the same as before. We're going to choose the image I just created. We're going to choose Simple. Continue. Again, just hit continue. You don't have to do anything. There's my registration mark. We do not, again, do not want to save this as a print and cut. We want to save it as a cut only. There's our registration marks, and there's our cuts. Go ahead and hit save. We're going to load it into the canvas. It'll import as the wrong size. We want to unlock this. 8.5. Tab makes it go to the next one. 11. Tab. Tab. 0. Tab. 0. Enter. That's it. Now you can hit make and cut this on your mat. But I will take you back to the Photoshop file for the printing. So here's where I think some people are having issues as well. When you print, no matter what program you print in, and Photoshop has the ability to do this. So if I go to print, you have to make sure, first of all, that your position is centered. Your scale has to be 100%. Do not let your program rescale your image. If it rescales the image to fit the page for printing, you see these little border right around here? That doesn't print. That's why that border's there. So if your image is off the print, but you can remember, because you have the white around there, that doesn't matter because that white's not going to print anyway. So that is okay to be off the page. You just don't want your printable area off the page. So this is important. 100%, 11 by 8.5 center. That way when you print it, your print will match up with your cuts. And that's it. You just choose your paper type, all that. If you're doing cardstock, it doesn't matter. Just choose whatever paper best fits your printer. And if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll do my best to update this or respond to them. Thank you.